going on, everyone? Steve JMO. It is the 13th of June, 2019, and yeah, I know it. It's been a while. I haven't done a YouTube video all year, I don't think. It's not because I've, gone away from the truth community or thought different and went back to reality. Some people try to do. They see too much of the truth and they run back to reality world where they think it's all good, but it ain't like that. I just been busy because the last time I was on here a lot, I was working in that factory. Since then, I got in a kitchen, grinded there for about a year. Now I run my own kitchen, so now I ain't got much time in the world at all. So this is like a once in a blue moon type deal, but today's is a once in a blue moon type deal in itself, because like I just said before, is June 13th, 2019, and right now it is 6:33 p.m. and let's see this. I don't know if you can see that, but it is 55 degrees outside. That should be alarming for many people. But yeah, I have spoken Barawada. So with it being 55 degrees outside and it being just days away from the summer solstice, what's going on? Had someone post something on something earlier. They were like, it was just a 52 degree number, and they comment, or they had a hashtag or whatever, said why ? I told them why. I said, go Google Operation Solar Shield, run by the U.S. government and Harvard University, Dr. David Keith. This is all thanks to them. It's basically early spring in the middle of June, right before summer. And I don't know if we've went over this before, but I have a hobby. I play golf sometimes, and I have beanies for golf when it's like cold outside, because I'll be the one bastard out there walking in November, because I live in New England. I live in Massachusetts, so this is different. You can validate this anywhere. Go Google what the weather was on June 13th, 2019 in Massachusetts, 50-something degrees. And I know for a fact it's like 110 out in Arizona right now, because I got a friend out there who shared the weather on their little thing the other day, and it said 110 degrees. And it's 55 up here right now. It makes no sense. I could almost see my breath on the way to work this morning. Unbelievable. And this is just normal. People just think it's normal. And when you see up there, it's just clouds. Like, it's done raining, but it's just clouds. Like, it's just wet. It looks like it's raining, but it's just wet. It's unbelievable. People just think it's so normal that maybe they don't think it's normal, but with the amount of lithium that they're spraying in the atmosphere, it just calms the person, and they might think it's alarming for a second, but 10 seconds later they're like, oh look, my hand, so many pretty lines. It's not like that. It's not that drastic, but lithium, that's what it does. It chills you out. And I know it sounds wild. Oh, Steve, how do you know they're spraying lithium in the atmosphere? That's kind of a crazy statement to make, because they came out and said it. You can go on nasa.gov, Google, or type in the search bar, NASA sprays, or NASA releases lithium in the atmosphere, and it was red on their little thing. And every night when you can see, like, you're not going to see a sunset tonight because it's 100% overcast. But on the nights you can see a sunset, or what you like to call a sunset nowadays, it's just a blanket of just red clouds, and it's disgusting. There's just not hieroglyphics. It's just like every other color is in the sky too. There's just little rainbow patterns. It's incredible. And people just think it's normal. It's beautiful. People on the beach taking pictures of that BS. I'm like, oh my God, how do you not see that? Your sky is chemically induced. It looks like it's raining clouds. That's normal, and people, they don't bat an eye. And I got some people I know who see that, and that's it. That's all it is to them. They're like, oh, they're spraying us, but the Bruins are on tonight, so who gives a fuck? Come on, man. It's crazy the world we live in. It's 2019 and it's only going to get crazier from here because, well, I don't know. Look what's going on. Like every other day it's something new. And now you got people saying Iran missiled someone today. I don't know. A bunch of BS trying to get Iran doing something. And we have like 15 warships and a bunch of other countries got warships like around Iran. Like why would they fire, you know? Like they're going to get torn off the map, but it's just another reason to take over the Middle East, get their oil. You know what it's going to be. Right now gas is kind of going down, but unfortunately, it's probably going to be going back up soon because of this whole Middle East Iran situation. So expect that to go up, which sucks. I finally just started saving some money. I know money doesn't mean anything, but in a world that's run by money, it's just good to have a little. It's not like I'm spending it. I just have it just in case some shit goes down. But like, great. Now I'm going to spend $60 a week to fill up a 2.0 liter Scion. Great. That's exactly the sense that this should make. It should be $60 to fill up a Ford Hemi or Dodge Hemi, the truck, whatever the hell. This world is so backwards, man. But yeah, since I've been gone, I've been watching everyone. Don't think I haven't just been like working, sleeping, robot. Like no. While I'm working, I'm listening to live streams, people. I'm listening to Brian Stavely out in what's that, Worcester, Centerville, his whole Mandela City. That's crazy stuff. Y'all gotta check him out. Brian Stavely. I think he's a couple channels, Dose of Reality, and then The Real News Online. That might be his website. I don't know, but he's got some good stuff. He always got Richie from Boston. He's always shooting out the fire. He's got the goods. I'd like to have a chat with either one of them. I don't know if anyone's even gonna watch this because YouTube decided to hit me hard back in the day. I don't quite understand it. Because at one point, I was getting, like, my max viewage is like 60K, which in reality, in YouTube numbers is nothing. But for a page that has 800 subscribers, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of a big deal. And that was when I was first firing out videos. And then I started backing away from the whole flat earth stuff. And the views went down, I started talking 9/11. You know, ISIS is fake, you know, solar simulators, like crazy, like not crazy stuff, but like stuff that they think is crazy. Like the flat earth, like generals there. But I don't know, man. It's like getting blacklisted before you're blacklisted. Like they don't censor that. It's not like I have strikes or anything against me or nothing like that. It's, I don't know, just they don't have anyone watching my stuff. It makes no sense. And my like I said, I got 800 subs now, but like back when that was then like by the time I got done with the whole flat earth stuff, I think my last like true flat earth video was the flat earth conscious movement. That was like 2.5, 3 years ago, and I was like almost at 1,000 subscribers, and I was doing pretty good, but I wanted to back away from the whole flat earth thing because it was just too much. Like people, it was just arguments within that, and I'm just like, yo, like the issue isn't within. The issue is, like, y'all are making it an issue within. Everyone just has to get along. But then you got the whole shill thing, people not being who they say they are. I just had to get away from that. And then, well, Mandela effect, like I don't know. I've been watching that Brian Stavely guy. Like he's got the stuff. Like for someone who's never seen anything, you know, Mandela, like show them, like, you know, a couple of them and just have them watch his intro to his videos. Like the guy's a genius. I love it. It's funny because we're all from Massachusetts too. I realized that the other day. Yeah, Richie obviously from Boston. Me, I'm in Springfield. You know, that's like an hour down the road, hour and a half, and just like 30 minutes between us is Brian. And the age gap is pretty funny between us because Richie's like almost like 50, he's saying, I think. Brian, he seems like he's like 30, 40, and I'm almost 24. I mean, almost 25. I was Turned 24 in February, so approaching the halfway point a little bit soon. But it's just funny. Like you go down Route 90 and you can stop at all three of us right off the pike. It's I don't know. It's the world we live in. There's only so many of us. I don't know what's gonna happen once they pull the trigger. I don't know. I don't even know what trigger they're gonna pull because Brian said something the other night that got me, hit me in the head. What did he say? He was like, if we don't make them, pull the plug sooner than later, we're not gonna be able to distinguish reality from the deception. Because with the technology rise that's going on right now rapidly, I kind of agree with that. Because let's say their plan, their master plan is 10 years from today. Let's just say from today. So within 10 years, the technology that we're going to be susceptible to, like we have 4K TV, like that's wild stuff. Like your eyes don't need to be on any of that. So, but by then, within 10 years, it'll just be like VR blocks. Like you wanna go watch the football game, just lay down your VR block and you'll be there. It's gonna be stuff like that. Like you won't even, by that time, they won't even need to sell tickets to football games because everyone will be there virtual reality wise. And by that point, they won't even need to have professional football games going on because it can all be just a simulation. That off topic, I know, I'm just saying that, but so bring that back. That's within 10 years. That's how crazy it could be. So imagine them pulling that off, and everyone's got their VR hats on, and they pull some slick shit, like some, pull the plug, and there's 18-foot monsters walking around, and you take your VR thing, and it's right there, that's going to be kind of indistinguishable. But if they pull the plug now, if we force them to pull the plug between now and the next 3 to 5 years, dead max, that technology might not be there yet. And we'll be able to distinguish what's real and what's not. Like the people who obviously will never see it, like they say in the Bible, they're not going to see it anyways, but at least give us a shot, So I fully agree with what he's saying is we have to get them to play their cards sooner or later. And he's kind of right by saying the only way to do that is just collective consciousness. Like everyone needs to we need to get everyone who's in this, like we are, like mentally deep, like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, like deep on all these topics, not one topic, all these topics. Everyone just needs to get on the same boat, the same page. Doesn't matter if we're 130, 20 miles away, 2,000 miles away. As long as we're all on the same level and know who's fooling who and who's behind it all, I think we have a shot. I don't know what we're gonna do or what the shot's gonna be at, but if everyone's still arguing on different wavelengths and the frequency is not right, it's all about the frequency. If the frequency is not right, we might, I don't know. Because, the Bible says, at the end of the day, good will win, but they're doing a really good job portraying that's not going to happen. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I got full faith in God. I said about a 2-3 minute prayer before I got on real quick, but wow, man, they do a good job at making it seem like the good ain't got a chance, or that the good's already tainted, or that the people who look up to the good are actually looking up to the bad, and they do a good job at everything, and it's messed up. But that's reality. Reality is just one deception, and right now they're happy with the wavelengths we're on. The people who run the show, they love it. They love we argue about if there's a dome or not a dome in flat Earth, because we're occupied. We're not worried about who's really calling the shots for Donald Trump, for example, or who is hiding the shape of the Earth, and why are they doing it, and why don't we know? That's what we should be arguing about to them. We shouldn't be arguing with each other about the shape of if there's a dome or not a dome, or if the treaty, or if there's land beyond Antarctica, or if there's land not beyond it. That all kind of doesn't matter right now. let's say it was like 10, 20, 30 years ago, like, yeah, shit, it might matter then because we have time. Now we don't have time. Like, we don't have time to have a perfect model to present to all these people of which we live, because it's not going to happen, because they don't have a perfect model to present a model of which we live. They don't have pictures. Look it up. There's not a real picture of the Earth from space. We all know that. They know that. But as long as the collective, the population doesn't know that, as long as the 98%, because 1%'s in on it, 1% knows, 98% are just clueless, you know? They don't want to know. As long as that 98%'s still there, 1% wins, you know? That's all that in their head. That's all they care about. But all it takes is 1% to change, and you know, we can make something happen. But I'm not quite sure, you know, what we're gonna make happen. But I got faith. You know, I've been talking so long. Damn, L went out. Yeah, but you know, they got the weather change. They got solar shield up, and they got solar simulators too. That's another reason why they're blacking us out here, graying us out in the middle of June, giving us 40-degree weather, because they got something's going on up there, and you can see it even on TV. They'll do all these live events, and they'll do a panorama at the sun. It's a hexagon. It's a octagon. You know, it's not a circle. It's never a circle. The shapes of the sun never make sense. Like, rarely ever do you ever see like a perfect circle sun. It's disturbing. And then, you know, they chemtrail the hell out of the sky at sunset, so you can't see that either, because the sun, when it moves further away, the water in the atmosphere, especially on a nice humid day, is going to magnify the sun, make it look bigger. So, you know, if it's magnifying it, making it look bigger, we're going to see more of its definite shape. And so we can't see that. Let's just throw a bunch of X's and squiggly lines in the sky, make the clouds fall, make it look pretty for all the Instagram girls, and, you know, they win. Just like that, they win. Because they'll never listen to us. It blows me away. So we have to kind of stop preaching to the ones who aren't ever going to listen. We need to start making moves, like, within, like, formulating some sort of plan on, I don't know, on what to do with I don't know what to do with the information we look into. I just throw it on YouTube and, you know, hope you guys kind of know what to do with it. Like I said, I work 60, 70 hours a week running a kitchen, so like, I got a lot of other stuff in my mind. I got personal crap on my mind. That's another reason why I've been away. I've just been dealing with a bunch of personal crap. And you got work crap. And then I go on YouTube and look at all this, not crap, but like, it's like, fuck, I gotta devote time to this too, because that's important to me. Like, knowing that, like, I don't know, I feel it's like people watch the news every day, they feel that's important. Like, all that is deception and lies. And, you know, I get like a ding that RFB is live, or the Crow House just dropped a new video, and I've been kind of backing away from Max lately, because he was bashing the military a couple weeks ago, which, you know, the military's not good at all, but he was just being obnoxious about it. Anyone in the military is stupid. If you think otherwise, you're stupid. You look at me, you're stupid. You're stupid. You're still like, we get it. Like, you're a 73-year-old man. Control yourself, please. Like, good God Almighty. It just blows me away. Like, I'm on your side, Max. Like, 5G? 5G, that's the biggest enemy of everyone. 2020 is less than 6 months away now. It's about 5.5 months away. That's when they're going to unveil their whole 2020 project around the states. So, you know, what are we waiting for? Like, crap, if I had the funding to get a bunch of, you know, things, like, I'd just blow them all down. But obviously that's not going to work out for me, for you, or anyone else. So, I don't know. We got to somehow show the public, the 98%, that when the 5G goes up, like, yeah, you'll have the best cell phone service you ever had in your life. But those cell phone waves are going to be going through you worse than X-ray, you know? Like, you should be walking around with lead on you at all times, or tinfoil or something, because you're going to have these 5G radio waves in the air at all times. And it's not just going to be affecting you, it'll be affecting, You'll be affecting. I'm pointing over here. You guys can see this bird. It'll be affecting wildlife and animals and stuff like that. It's gonna, like, 5G will be the unveiling of mankind as we know it. Like that 5G 2020. I think that's step one in the 7-year tribulation. That's one. I don't know. I think it might be because they're calling it 2020 5G the beast system. So it's going to be interesting what they can pull off. And with 5G, you got all that crazy weaponry you could do with the 5G radio waves, and they have what are they called? Not LEDs. I can't remember the name. The whatever was starting all the forest fires. I'm just shot right now. You got those types of weapons that are gonna just be everywhere now, and everywhere I go, 5G tower here, 5G tower there. They got 2 new ones down the street, and it's crazy. No one sees them. Wow, there's a lot of little bunnies out here. I keep seeing like families of bunnies going around. Now I'm just distracted. I'm just outside in front of my house. But yeah, there's 5G towers, and another thing you can tell to someone who's not awake, why do we have all of these towers before you try to hit them with the whole 5G tower thing? Like, why do you think there's all these cell phone towers? Why do you think they're on all the highest cliffs and mountains you see? Why do you think there's one every every 2.1 miles? Like, if that, like I got one about a mile this way, I got one a quarter mile this way, and I got one right behind the plaza over there too. So you can't tell me they're not everywhere. Like I could hit a really good baseball to a couple of them from right here. Like, you're killing me. It makes no sense. And they're everywhere, and if they have those, and then the satellites, what are those for then? If we have all these 5G cell towers everywhere, what good are the satellites? Like, what are we gonna do with those? Take all those out of orbit? Oh no, they've just never been there. That's what they're gonna say. Like sorry guys, all those satellites have never been there. We've just upgraded all of your 4G and 3G cell towers to 5G cell towers. So they're obviously not gonna say that, but that's what they're doing. Because there was one tower over here that I noticed my whole childhood, and it went up and it just had one little 1, 2, 3 little triangle thing on top, like the regular cell towers always had. Then about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I'm driving to work down to the factory that way, and I'm just driving. I look to the side. There's a triangle on top. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pillars. Then there's another row. And there's another row. I'm like, what in the hell are those? And then ironically, 2 or 3 weeks later, I was watching one of the Transformers movies, and they had to collect these pillars that gave off a magnetic energy that was trying to warp a planet to them. So you got and they looked exactly the same. You got the pillars here, the pillars there. It's just crazy. And then in the middle of New York City, there's this 5G or something, cop tower. I don't know. You got to look into something look into that. I forget what exactly it was, but it's some crazy shit that it looks like it's literally out of a movie. Watch Transformers 3 and then Google that, the New York the police 5G little whatever the hell it is, and you're telling me, it's right there. That's what they do. They show us these movies, and then they play it all out in reality just so you can be like, oh, that's just like in that movie, huh? Be yeah, well, it's actually just like in reality right now, so how about we wake the fuck up and get going, It's just unbelievable, these people. I'll tell them something, I'm just so there's a Chinese, or there's going to be a social credit system where they're going to base you off your credit. You won't be able to get on planes if your score is too low, and you won't be able to get tickets. You won't be able to go here or there after a point. They're like, oh, just like in that Netflix show, blah, blah, blah. I forgot what it's called. Stranger Things, maybe, or some bullshit like that. And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, you should watch that. And I watched it. I watched the episode they were talking about, and it was just look at what the Chinese social credit system is. Google that, and then go watch that. And the show came out about a year or two ago, and the Chinese credit system got rolled out this year, and they've already had like 3 or 4 million arrests from the system. Like, I'm not saying that's not a bad thing, but like, are you serious? Like 3 or 4 million people from the credit system got arrested because, according to the government, they were unfit citizens. That could be anyone. That could be me. That could be my brother. That could be, like, if you're watching this and you're awake and you're like, like all of us, that's going to be you. Like, we're not going to be fit citizens because fuck the government, fuck the system. We need to live free as we were supposed to. Makes no sense. And these people, they just want you, they want money, and they want the earth. They want to make this place their own. And they don't want you for, like, your intelligence and shit. They want you, like, your soul, your mind. They want to take all that out of you and keep it here. Because they make you think that when you die, you're here. That's it. You're in the ground. You're done. That's it. In reality, we are energy. What's inside us, what our conscious is, we have dreams. That's all energy. Energy doesn't die. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could see someone you cared about for, you say you really deeply cared about someone, you ain't seen them for a significant amount of time, and then that time comes up like 7, 8, 9 years later, and like you could feel it, like sometimes it's happened to me. You could know that someone you haven't seen in forever, that you really like had a good vibe with, is behind you, and you ain't even know they're there. You could just feel it. You just get that feeling. You turn around, you're like, there it is. Like, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Usually for me it's bad because I've had a rough past, and a bunch of people I know from the past aren't the best people, but that's just how it is. But now we're here, and it's 2019. I don't know what we're gonna do. It's starting to rain again. It's what we got. Still 55 out. I kind of have a hard time believing that. Wow, right about 27 minutes. Didn't think we were to get this long. It's just a wacky world we live in. People just don't seem to understand the significance of what's happening and what's about to happen to us as a mankind, as humans. Because they don't like humans. And when I mean they, I'm not talking they who run this world as like physical. I'm talking the ones who run this world as proclaimed immortals, uncalled gods, with lowercase g's, demons and fallen angels. Those are the ones who run this world, and people will never understand that until they read the Bible. I haven't read the Bible fully, but I've read it enough to understand that's what it is. Like, right now, this is Satan's place, this is Lucifer's. This is like what he told Jesus. He said, bow before me. He brought him up to the highest mountain so he could see every corner of the earth. It's flat, but that's for you to whatever. So he brought him up to the highest mountain, show him all the kingdoms, all his kingdoms, all of Satan's kingdoms. He said, bow before me and you can have it all. Jesus declined. Bow before me and you can have it all. So that's Satan telling Jesus, the Son of God, bow before me and you can have it all. Talking the kingdoms. It's his. This is his land we're on right now. God created this beautiful place, but right now it's Satan's, but the lease is coming up. The lease is coming up. And there's going to be a return, and it's going to be, I think it's crazy now, it's going to get wild, people. Like, we got to buckle down, get ready, get pray up, I've been lacking in that lately, but it's just time to get one with your inner self, get one with God, your conscious, your soul, just get everything straight that way, and hopefully we can just ride the storm out and, just pray to God. That's all I can tell you to do. Alright, I'm about finished with this. It's about 30 minutes on this, so I'm going to try to go inside and upload this. So, yeah. Like I said, wacky world we live in. I just hope everyone, you know, whoever this video reaches to, I hope you know you can do something with this. And you know, I got a lot more to talk about. I'm just a little baked right now. It's just, you know, long day, long crappy day, 55-degree day out here in Springfield, Mass. In June 12th, June 13th, makes no sense, but 55 degrees. I'm out of here, YouTube. About 30 minutes on this, so I gotta get out of here.